Pat McAfee, one of the biggest names in sports media, and the guy that's made so many people turn off mainstream media and instead look for independent sports content, made a massive announcement yesterday that he is headed to that big mainstream giant. He is bringing the Pat McAfee show officially to ESPN. That was something that had been rumored for a couple weeks. There were whispers going around that he might be actually partnering up with ESPN full-time, and now that looks like that is the case with this big announcement yesterday. He immediately, one of the first things he did in his video that he put out there, and announcing it to everybody, telling everybody what the deal was, that he's going to simulcast Pat McAfee show on ESPN, ESPN Plus, and on the ESPN YouTube channel. He wanted to tell everybody, don't worry, guys, we're not changing. The problem is his fans are having a hard time believing that. And in fact, when you look at his video that he put out, it's getting ratioed. Pat McAfee is getting ratioed on his own channel with this announcement. People are not happy with it because, quite frankly, despite them trusting Pat McAfee and trusting that Pat doesn't want anything to change, that he doesn't want anything to be different, they don't trust ESPN. That's the reason that they've been watching Pat McAfee for years. So they view it as him selling out in a way. They view it as him, you know what, you're getting a ton of money, good job for you, good for everybody there, but unfortunately, it feels like the show is over for a lot of people. Look at this ratio, 23,000 dislikes to 16,000 likes. This is not something that happens on the Pat McAfee channel with his fan base, but just read through some of the comments. The absolute free flow of being able to say anything at any time was the soul of this show. 4 years of watching the show, now I'll move on to better things. GG, Pat and the boys, it's been real. It sounds crazy, but I legit feel like crying. Holy shit. I completely understand you need to do what you feel is best for you and the boys, but you're losing the admiral aspects of all your show. Independent, self-made sports stooges. How long before you're forced to make a public apology for offending someone? I wish you nothing but good things, but I'm heartbroken right now. Rest in peace to this beautiful show. Been an honor watching Pat and the boys every day for 6 years. It's a sad day to be a PMS fan. Hearing athletes be open, honest, casually talking, and dropping the F-bomb was the goal of this show. This show might actually stink now. No more cussing, no more AJ Cigar, no toxic table humor, no more of what made the show the show. GG, boys. It's been fun. It was great while it lasted. Thanks for the memories. This is a huge mistake. ESPN's going to ruin the show. Make no mistake about it. This is the prevailing opinion from Pat McAfee's audience, from Pat McAfee's fans, is they are upset. They're not happy this happened, and it's understandable. Now, I do believe that Pat McAfee thinks that everything's going to be the same, that he's not going to be forced to do this or do that, but I don't think you should trust ESPN. If he actually believes that, I think it's a mistake. How long will it be, as some of these people said, that, he brings Aaron Rodgers on there for Aaron Rodgers Tuesdays, which he said will happen, and Aaron Rodgers says something about the vaccine. Aaron Rodgers said something about 1984. He said something politically that people don't agree with. How long is it going to be until ESPN forces them to make changes, censors them, does something? And I will say, Pat even took a shot at some people in the audience, to be honest with you. He said there were some people that were speaking out of pocket about this show changing, blah, blah, blah. Well, the people were rightfully upset about this, I think. And the fact that there's this much backlash, that this big announcement, he has gotten ratioed on his own channel, it's a big mistake from him. A big mistake for Pat McAfee. The future of this show now is in the hands of ESPN. And all the people that are anti-mainstream, all the people that are done with that shit, that came over to you, that came over to watch you because what you offered, they're scared to death that that thing is going to turn into what ESPN has been. And it was a really interesting take from Outkick, Bobby Barack over on Outkick, about this entire move. ESPN can no longer build stars, so it bought one in Pat McAfee. And that's really where ESPN's at. It used to be ESPN made people into stars in the sports media world. That's not the case anymore. Now they have to go out and buy one because all the people that all the big names, are well over 50 years old at their network. So they go out and they buy a star in Pat McAfee. His audience is not happy with it. There is massive backlash for this. We'll see what happens. We'll see if he addresses anymore. We'll see if he just tries to kind of keep his head down and weather the storm and just move on to ESPN and prove to everybody that what he said is true, that they're not going to change anything, because that's what's going to happen. You have to show that nothing's changing to get all these people back on board. Let me know your thoughts about all this in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.